Hey everyone, this is Dylan and welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be looking at the new Disney Princess Aurora classic doll set released for World Princess Week, along with some other sets that were recently released with Cinderella and Rapunzel. But in this video, I am going to look at the Aurora set. I think this is one that everyone was very excited about just because we haven't had a Sleeping Beauty doll set in a long time. And the last one that we had that really included Prince Phillip, Maleficent, and Aurora and some props was probably when Sleeping Beauty had their Diamond Edition back in 2014. So it has been a while and we've had lots of changes with face sculpts and quality since. So it is so lovely to see a set that represents this beautiful film and these beautiful characters. Of course, Aurora was the last Disney princess inducted as during Walt Disney's lifetime. So this is just a very vintage film and I'm so glad that so many people are excited about it and that children will enjoy this as well. So there's a huge glare, but this is going to go away because I believe that this is an inner cartridge that I'll take out and then I'll show you what everything looks like in the box. Then I'm going to do a magical unboxing. Everything's going to come out and we're going to take a look at all the little items because there's some cute things. So we have a new image of Aurora. This is the most recent clip art used by the Disney Store and Disney Princess franchise to represent Aurora. And we have seen this on Mattel items as well, not just Disney Store, and this is pretty well new. It has the new Disney Princess logo up here. Move that down, very nice. We see her princess in there in blue. It states Aurora gift set, has a beautiful like little icon above her name with a rose and a crown. Love that. The set features Aurora, a pink dress, spinning wheel, a little vanity, but this is from the curse sequence, and chair, 3 good fairies in small form, some accessories, Maleficent and Prince Philip. Maleficent also includes her Raven Diablo and the staff. So that's awesome. You can turn this around and trying not to whack the camera here. This is a pretty big box. Oh, I also ordered this from DisneyStore.com as it just released, but I'm sure that this would probably show up at Disney parks, maybe like in Downtown Disney or Disney Springs. This is what the back looks like. There's not really any other details on here, and this retailed for $100. But if you have discounts and coupons and stuff like that, that will work if you're Disney Visa card holder and all that fun stuff. So that's the side of the box states Aurora. So yeah, I believe that's all of the details on the outside of the box. So, well, I'm going to magically get the inner cartridge out. That way we can see all this without the glare, because it is rather annoying not being able to see the set. All right, just one moment. Oh my goodness, everybody. Wow, 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 wow. This is so pretty. Wow, I just don't even know where to begin. It's just so much. So as you've seen a little bit earlier, I did slide this inner cartridge right out of the box. So once you take the top off and you unhook the handle up there, because there's a carrying case handle, say like you want to carry this out of the theme park or something, you can. But yes, this is just so lovely. So I did take some more pictures and some little videos just to share on Instagram and on here. So don't fret, those will be happening. Something real quick though is that Aurora has little gold shoes on. Those are so cute. I noticed that right away, and I love the blue dress here, but also the pink dress. Both of them are, I believe, the same quality, just different colors. So how about we start from left to right, and then Maleficent's gonna use some evil magic here to open the box and get everybody out. That way we can have a full-on retelling of the Sleeping Beauty story for everyone here. So because we have the vanity and the chair where she sits before the curse kind of music starts, then the spinning wheel is waiting for her. You know, it's sitting right here next to her. And then we have Maleficent waiting to get her revenge. All right, so first and foremost, we have some accessories that we will see later on. We have a hand mirror. I think that's a hairbrush little bottle of perfume, and then another little trinket that goes on the actual vanity, but we will see that later as I get it out of the plastic. We are featured here a pink dress. So this is Aurora's ball gown, and it has a little blue gem here at the top, very lovely. The sheers, the sleeves are sheer, the same with the one that she's wearing. So they're basically the same dress, just different colors. There are 2 layers to the skirt. I think there might be more actually. I'll have to see once we get this out. Might all be wrapped up there, but 2 layers, maybe a sheer layer and a solid layer, and that looks also similar to the blue dress that she's wearing. The spinning wheel is super cute. It is painted like it's wood, and you can in fact move the little spinning around. And then here's the enchanted spindle, of course. Aurora here has never looked better as a classic doll. She is featured in blue, which is wonderful. She has really nice styled hair. Of course, she might have some background box hair. She has her gold necklace, gold crown, and I believe they're plastic. So we'll verify that once they're taken out. She has the blue cloak that she wears whenever the fairies do eventually take her to the castle. You know, once she finds out she's a princess, has a hood on it. That is so iconic. I think I'm gonna keep her in the blue dress, but you know, you could put the pink dress with the cloak. Like I said, this is a direct copy of the pink one, just different color. She also has a pink gem there and little golden shoes, which we'll take a better look at later. I do think there's 2 layers to the skirt. So then moving down, we have a beautiful little vanity. This is straight from the film. I think we've seen this before. There was a Sleeping Beauty like classic doll set with those same fairies. I think it's been several years ago now, but I think it had Aurora in like a bedroom maybe. But I think this is the same thing. It has a lovely little detailing like on the vanity, little like scrolling medieval details, and then the chair has some of the same details as well. Sleeping Beauty is obviously set in a very medieval time, and I think that you can always notice that by the castle furniture. Featured, we have 3 small fairies, Flora, Fauna, and Merryweather. They look very cute, but I don't know completely yet because they have that plastic layer. Moving on down, then we have Maleficent. She looks so spooky here. Oops, don't want this to fall over. I have like this, I have a thing holding this up, so it'll be higher up. Don't want it to fall on the ground. So we have Maleficent, and she looks so spooky, like I said, and she is featured with her dear friend Diablo, the crow, I suppose, or Raven, that's it. Oh, I like this one. So Maleficent's Raven looks familiar because I believe this is the same one that is featured in the Disney Designers set with Aurora and Maleficent. I believe that's the same exact one, and it can kind of perch on your shoulder. So I'll have to see just exactly how that will work, but I believe that's the same one from that very same set. I think that was 2016, maybe, that designer line. Man, goodness, that's been a long time ago. So, but this Maleficent face sculpt and paint we've seen before. You know, it works very well. I think we've seen this the most around the time that the live action film came out. They had a lot of Maleficent classic dolls at the Disney store. The dress looks nice, I think. It's definitely got a little bit more shimmer like in the purple, and the sleeves are a little different. There's some shimmer going down the middle. I always like it when they give her some sparkle. I think, well, actually probably all of the purple. Well, actually, no, the black has kind of a shimmer to it as well, but she has black shoes on, and we'll see what those look like later. So, and there's some kind of trail with the gown. So, and then last but not least is this amazing doll of Prince Philip, and he is in his forest gear, which we don't really see. I think the last classic doll we got of Philip was like in his royal attire, like the red and the blue, possibly a little bit of pink in there. You know, they always kind of take some liberties with his outfit. But the thing about this is, let's see if I can get this a little closer, is that he has his forest hat. How awesome, right? We've never seen that before. So I love that they included that. They totally could have just cheaped out and forgotten about that detail, but no, they gave us the forest hat. This is the same Phillip face sculpt and paint from the designer collection I think that was 2014. So we've had this for a while, but he looks very handsome and I love that. But to me, this looks like a whole entire new outfit for him that we've never received in Disney store fashion. So he has a red cloak, he has a gray tunic with a belt, and we have the sword of truth and the shield of virtue, I think is what that's called. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm a major Sleeping Beauty fan. It's just I am really drawing a blank, but I think it's this sword of truth and shield of virtue, perhaps. But yeah, so he has kind of an olive colored pants on and then black boots, and then the shield and the sword look new to me, and that looks straight from his limited edition 17-inch doll. For those of you who know what I'm talking about, that looks very much like that. So my gosh, I know there's just so much here, and this is honestly so much fun. The only thing I would have loved was like maybe Samson the horse and possibly bigger fairies, because I just think they work when they're bigger, but I understand. But yes, Samson the horse. Maybe a Maleficent goon, you know, like come on. So well, I'm gonna work really hard on getting all this out. There's so many things, so I know it's gonna seem like just one little second to you all on YouTube, but it's gonna be a painstaking process. So please send prayers, and I will be right back in one magical moment, and Maleficent's gonna maybe work some curse here too. Hello everyone, I am back, and after I spent a while getting everything out of the box, it was a very hard process. Like I said, there were so many little tacks and just ties everywhere, and then also threads, and then Prince Philip had this giant thing around his neck that was choking him in the box. I mean, and Maleficent's dress was all pinned down. It was just very scary. And also there's these tacks that I think you all know about, that the Disney store puts on their items. See? I'm gonna have those all over my office, but it's okay. The choices were made. But yes, they put those in the dresses to hold them down. And of course, we don't want any holes in our new freshly bought dolls, especially these. This is really a first time set to me, especially with Aurora with the blue cape, and then Prince Philip with this full forest outfit. The cape is so beautiful, the hat is so beautiful. I can't wait to show you all of the details. So I thought we would start small and look at maybe some of the smaller pieces first, and then we'll take a look at the three main characters here. The main cast of Sleeping Beauty: Aurora, Maleficent, and Phillip. So the spinning wheel, like I said, was very beautiful. It does spin. You can change that. There's no thread spinning on it though, of course, but I guess you could add that if you wanted. And then this is the enchanted spindle. It's all green and blue, and goodness gracious, it looks very full of evil magic, you know. Oop! Oh no, I hurt my finger. I'm going to fall asleep. No, just kidding. But I could use a nap probably after deboxing all of that. But it is just cool to see what that would look like. You could pose this with Aurora to prick her finger. It's really cool. Just don't push on it too hard because it could warp. All of the things, all the accessories, the plastic that the Disney store uses, just be careful. So then we have Diablo, Maleficent's trusted companion, the Raven. If anyone plays Disney Dreamlight Valley, you just was able to get him, and it's so cool to have him in the game. I really appreciate this character so much, even though he is a villain, I suppose. He's awesome. So he does have like a little shape like in his claws to where you can sit him on someone's shoulder, and I will do that. It's just that he is so heavy, and so Maleficent's shoulder falls down, but we can try to do that whenever we look at her. But he has beautifully sculpted wings, very nice painted face, and he just looks like he's about to go do some evil bidding, you know, after 16 long years of looking for a baby, you know. So he is just so lovely, and this has to be the one from the designer set. It looks so much like it. Set him there so he can be in the video. So we have Fauna. This is a baby Fauna. She looks like a little munchkin version of herself. Little fairy wings on the back. That's super cute. Little hat. Love these characters so much. I got to see them out at Pride Night at Disneyland. It was so much fun. Fauna was so cute. She looks like she's want to go bake a cake. But of course they're flying around because they're small. So Merryweather's, same thing, very similar. Yeah, I wanted to say they were all the same sculpt, but they're not. They're all different. So, because they each have their own characteristics. That's the thing about the fairies, you know, you instantly know who is who. Very pretty, got her little wings. She's also flying around trying to save Aurora and get Phillip out of the jail. You know, honestly, Sleeping Beauty is a movie about these three fairies, to be honest, and Maleficent, I think. You know, Aurora and Phillip, they're the heroes, but, you know, the fairies, they couldn't have done it without them. So, all right, those are our three fairy friends. I do wish that we would have gotten like plush body fairies. I feel like that worked a little bit better. But if anyone has those, which I don't, I wish I did. I remember them being in the Disney store years ago and I couldn't afford them, and now I'm so mad that I couldn't get those, but those would look awesome with this set. So then we have the stool. Looks like it's wood. It's got like a cushion. You could sit Aurora on this, of course. Looks like I pricked my finger there as well. I don't know what that's from. Maybe from the spindle. And then we have Aurora's vanity. So it does come with a few little things. You know, we gotta have accessories on our vanity. So a little hand mirror, a brush, although I would not use this on her hair. It would probably tear it up big time. A vial, maybe a perfume, and a canister. Maybe some makeup or something in there. And I do appreciate this detailing. Oh, hi, you can see me in the mirror. Hello. I do appreciate the detailing on the vanity, the little golden detailing. That's very pretty. Didn't realize you could see me in there. So hi, everyone. In case if you all forgot what I looked like, there I am. All right, so I'm gonna put all this over here. Put all that on the vanity because that's where it all goes. Excuse me, Phillip. So, all of these characters look really wonderful. All of the main casts look wonderful, but I think Phillip and Aurora, well, I don't know, gosh, I guess they all look beautiful in their own way. So, Prince Phillip has the Disney designer fairy tale heroes. I guess that was more the True Love line. Face sculpt and paint, that is the same, and I think that still works. You know, there's no complaints there. They did make them more modern compared to what they had looked like with the Disney store. He had a previous face sculpt that I guess it was just time for it to be updated. So he does have a red hat on with a ribbon feather, and this is not attached in any way, but it's sitting perfectly on his head. I do not want to remove that because it looks so lovely. But yeah, first time that we've seen him with this hat on. I love that so much. So his cape also feels more like that similar felty kind of material, and it attaches here. You can remove it. There's some Velcroing there. And I love this cape. It is just so pretty, and like they did not cheap out on the fabric. Like you can see that it's whiskey, and like whenever he's ready to go, you know, it kind of flies in the wind. And if he was riding on Samson, you know, that would be flowing behind him. It just looks lovely. I really appreciate this cape, especially like for the dragon battle with Maleficent. Ooh, this set would be perfect to have a dragon with. Wonderful. So as far as I can tell, his outfit is all, well, at least his shirt is one piece. So he's got the black sleeves and the tunic, which also feels like the same fabric, belt, and then the Sword of Truth is sewn on there and around his waist. So I won't be removing that just because I like how it looks, but of course you can. And it does have a handle on there to where he can hold it and fight. The shield also is attached to his arm right here. You can see the two little pegs holding it on, but I think it's kind of rubber banded on as well, just to be safe. So, but that looks really nice. I mean, that shield is beautiful. Love that. Giving me 17-inch Phillip vibes. Just wonderful. Very underrated doll, by the way. I remember when he was released, and my goodness, he sat on the website for weeks, I feel like. So yeah, but it looks like they took a smaller version of that and just added it to this doll. I love that. So he also has on big black boots. They look very nice and polished. We might have seen these before somewhere, maybe not. These might be new, but they do go up past his knees. Yeah. So, oh, and his hands are articulated. That's cool. which I would assume so, just given his accessories, you know, he's gonna have to fight. So, goodness, but Phillip is just so beautiful. I mean, wow. But the cape is what does it for me. Looks straight off the screen. Looks so much like the character. I love it. All right, so Maleficent, another conversation here because there's just so many things to talk about. So, of course, Maleficent is a cross between an evil fairy and a vampire bat, you know, and she has her classic headdress, which some people call horns, but I do think it's a headpiece. So, and that maybe her hair goes up in the horns, perhaps. I don't think there's nothing new about the face here, but I did notice there's a little bit of a shimmer in the purple eyeshadow. And the eyes are very wicked yellow. Of course, there's little tacks all around Maleficent's dress to keep it in the shape. So I'm gonna keep those there just because I think they hold it. Ooh, look at that. Look at that silhouette. She has like these bat wings, and I'm gonna keep that tack there just because I like how that looks. This was bunched up in her legs whenever we unboxed, so that's why that's all curled up, but of course I'm sure there's ways that you could get that to flatten out a little bit more. Like I said, the purple has a bit of a shimmer, and so does the black in areas, so just sort of depends on where you look, but it's very villainous. So the actual sleeves, I guess there is no sleeves, there's more the vampire bat, and then that bat wings, and then that is the arms there. So I like how you can do the evil pose, you know, with her. So her staff, I believe, is the one from the Disney Designer Fairy Tale Collection set with her and Aurora, and it looks similar but a little different, maybe just not as detailed, but also it is rubber banded in her hand, and I like how that is done, so we're gonna keep that there. And she has black heels on, and this is the way old Disney store princess doll heels. These are so vintage now. So, but those of you who know, these are those heels, and they're black, so she must have one of those bodies, maybe. The dress is very tight, so if you were to take this off, you'd have to kind of fight to get it back on, and yeah, so we'll go from there. But I'm not sure what type of body she has, but I'm thinking it might be the vintage princess body at this point. So, all right, well, I'm gonna try to get Diablo on her shoulder because I did it earlier and I knocked everything over. It's just so hard because her legs are like stuffed in that dress, and it's difficult. So, but yeah, you kind of get the message. So fit right there on her shoulder. Maybe like, yeah, see? I was gonna knock everything over again. But yes, I think if you maybe had a rubber band, that could work a little easier. So I do like that Mattel's Maleficents usually include like the little pink like undertones that go under the dress from Maleficent. So I do appreciate that. A recent image leaked of a Playline Maleficent by Mattel, so you might be getting that. But right, there's just so many different ways you could interpret her dress, and I guess this is one of them, you know. But I would appreciate to have like some red or maybe like that hot pink, because I think that just makes such a big difference, and it's very reminiscent of Mark Davis's original concept art for the character, so all those years ago. So Aurora comes with two dresses. We have the pink one and the blue one. They're both the same dress. They just, of course, are different colors. So they are the same, except for the pink one has a blue gem, and then each dress does have two layers. So we have a sheer layer, and then we have the solid layer, which just makes it look so pretty. And then it has the triangular waist piece there, and she has the sheer sleeves. So what's interesting though is that technically in the film this is the same gown, but I love that we have two versions of it for the set. And Aurora was falling asleep on me. Excuse me, I didn't mean to knock you over, Your Majesty, or Your Highness, excuse me. So Aurora, oh my gosh, I love this so much. My goodness. This is the newest Aurora face paint and sculpt. We've seen this beginning in the Disney Designer Midnight Masquerade series, her and Phillip in the D23 set. That's the box hair, of course. We all knew that was probably coming. Just because her hair is really crammed up there in the box and everything is pushed forward to give her this nice display in the front. But of course, with tender care and maybe some methods of styling, you can fix that up real quick. But yes, this face sculpt began, and paint with Aurora with a closed lip began with the Midnight Masquerade series, and it's a very lovely face. I think it still really looks like true to the character, and I really like her not with her teeth showing for some reason. It just really works. So the crown and the necklace are plastic painted a shimmery gold, makes it look more royal. And actually, you know, I do like the way that her hair looks from the front. It's very curly and bouncy. So but of course there is a bit of gel there, so I guess it depends on really how you want to style it and how you want your doll to look. Yeah, so the blue dress does have the pink gem at the top. Again, it's the same gown, just different colors, different sheer sleeves. The cape was pinned down a lot in the box, so I really wanted to try to not get you know, any holes in this. She does have a hood, so if you're brave enough to try to fit all of her hair in that hood, you can do that. The cape is removable. It has a little clasp there at the front, and there is a few little tacks still in it, just holding it in this place, but I think that looks nice. I'm going to keep it that way. I really like how that looks. And how beautiful is this just up against that blue dress? It's so nice. Oh my goodness. So pretty. So yes, in the film, this is a very sad moment, and she really gets her whole life like rearranged within a matter of a few minutes when her aunts tell her that she is actually a princess and she's betrothed to this prince she's never met. Ooh, you can see the comb there for her crown in there. But yes, in the film, of course, she has the hood on, and that is trying to hold her identity from anyone noticing who she is, but of course it's too late at that point. So there are two layers to the dress, so the sheer and then the solid, and she has on gold heels. They're rubber banded on to stay in place, and she does have pointed feet. So I'm guessing this is the new Princess Aurora body style. I think with the story dolls, they seem to have a different body size. I cannot confirm that, but just be careful if you're trying to put these dresses on any other dolls, you know, that it may not fit the same. But I would feel like this would probably work on some previous Aurora dolls, but there's just something about like the newer ones, especially with the storyline, that just seems a little different. So this is my favorite though. I love her in this outfit. I'm not gonna take anything off because I just think it looks so nice. I don't wanna mess anything up. I wanna keep it as is, but I mean, really you can see that there's so many options here. You can honestly put the blue cloak on the pink dress and it would be lovely. All right, everyone, that's all the details here of the Sleeping Beauty Aurora Disney Princess Classic Doll gift set from the Disney Store and released for World Princess Week. I hope you all enjoyed looking at this doll set as much as I did, and I'm so excited that I added this to my collection. I absolutely love it so much, so much, and I really recommend getting it. I did get it on sale and with like my Disney discounts and such, so all of that works, so make sure that you use those discount codes. And I'd say there will be sales for Christmas time because it is September now, so it's coming. All right, everyone, thank you for joining. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe to this video and to my channel as well, because I post all kinds of Disney princess things, and if you enjoy that, please make sure you follow me there, and also on my Instagram, which sometimes I post things on my stories that don't make it to YouTube, so make sure you're following me on Instagram. All right, thank you all so much. See you next time. Bye-bye.